Student strippers, a couple of high schoolers from Paramount High, turned a fashion show to a strip show while teachers sit and watch. 2 teachers reprimanded, but not everybody thinks they should have been. Ticket trap. Don't you hate it when you get a parking ticket? Don't you hate it when you didn't deserve it? Well, these days a lot of people are getting tickets they don't deserve. We get to the bottom of it in a special filter investigation. Could he be the Clipper King? He's the MVP, and LeBron James might be the most coveted free agent in NBA history. One man's mission has become to bring LeBron to the Clippers, and tonight he'll join us to tell us how he'll make that happen. All the stories people are talking about and everything you need to know right now on The Filter. Tam Ngoc Tran of Garden Grove was beloved. She was an active member of the DREAM Act immigration reform movement. She was considered a true and humble leader, an illegal immigrant in pursuit of U.S. citizenship. She was a student at Santa Ana College before transferring to UCLA. Tam Ngoc Tran and a friend were killed by a suspected drunk driver on May 15th. To honor her, Santa Ana College will dedicate a scholarship in her name, a scholarship for illegal immigrant students. The scholarship would lack meaning if being an illegal immigrant were not one of the criteria, according to the Vice President of Student Affairs. Our contributors tonight, the editor of award-winning WitnessLA.com, Celeste Fremont, and from RedCounty.com, Megan Barth. Our pictures are furnished by Skype. Megan, I'll start with you. It's a wonderful gesture for the school to honor the memory of Tam Tran with a scholarship. Does it bother you that you have to be an illegal immigrant to get it?
Well, absolutely. I'm not surprised that Santa Ana or a school in Santa Ana has done this, provided that Santa Ana is a sanctuary city. And basically that means they thumb their nose at any federal law or state law regarding illegal immigration. And what this scholarship does is acknowledge, perpetuate, and reward illegal aliens. I really don't understand what people don't get about being illegal. Perhaps they should give a scholarship that would reward someone who came to this country, went through the process, and became a legal assimilated citizen. I'd have a lot more respect for that. Additionally, it's a taxpayer-funded school. It is a public school. I would think that a lot of the donations that are given through taxpayer funds and the taxpayers themselves would have a real hard time accepting this scholarship within their curriculum or within their award scholarship program. And if it was a private school, by all means, do what you'd like to do. It's private, but this is a public university. This advocates, rewards, and perpetuates illegal aliens and basically thumbs its nose at those that went through this country, sought citizenship, and gained citizenship legally.
All right, Celeste, what do you think? Do you have a problem with this?
This is a really emotional question for me. I have very strong feelings for these kids who were brought to this country through no choice of their own, often at age 2, age 4. In the case of this young woman who died at age 6 from Vietnam, she was enormously outstanding. She had a degree from UCLA. She was getting her doctorate at Brown University. And yet there are loads of kids like her that are not legal in this country, yet they're here. For all intents and purposes, except for legality, they are Americans. They were educated by American schools. If we close doors to them, we're going to pay as well as them.
Yeah, but
they're
the point.
Here.
Yeah. But the point.
No. In other words, the public school giving a scholarship.
Right.
These are exactly the schools that are going to need to open their arms to these kids. I think this is great. These are exactly the kind of kids that our country is built on.
Celeste,
public funds?
Celeste, you're saying that you think it's acceptable, and I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just trying to understand that a public institution designate a certain scholarship for illegal immigrants, not anyone else. That scholarship goes to illegal immigrants. And I'm not taking a position. I'm saying that's what you think is okay, correct?
To these kids that have a lot of doors closed to them that we're willing to open one, yeah, I think it's great. I mean,
if they're in the school system, if they're in the school system already, how about the schools teach them how to become a citizen?
I think we need the DREAM Act. I'm fully in favor of the DREAM Act, where we give them a pathway to earn citizenship. They're here anyway. We want them to be people who are achieving in our society, who contribute to our society. It's in our best interest to do that, and we've got to find a method, and this is one tiny, tiny step. We need the great big step, which is the DREAM Act.
Okay, girls, got to move on, got to get to the next topic. Here we go. The kids at Paramount High School are stars on YouTube, but not everybody is standing up to cheer. During a school talent show, 3 students decided to show their stuff. Here's the video as seen on KTLA. All of a sudden, they stripped down to their underwear and danced as the crowd began to hoot and holler. There was clapping, there was laughing, and now there's problems. The school's activities director resigned. 3 students suspended for 2 days. The assistant principal of activities was placed on paid administrative leave. Keep in mind, the kids didn't tell anybody they were going to do it. They thought it would be funny. Some parents are rallying behind the teachers, saying they did nothing wrong. Celeste, you're a teacher. Is this an overreaction by the school?
We need an attitude adjustment. It's a huge overreaction. I mean, we've got 26% of all of our 8th graders in the United States who can't read at basic level. We're in the lower third of in terms of student achievement in the developed world. California is 47th in terms of student achievement in the U.S. And we're worried because 2 seniors in high school stripped down to bathing suits. They didn't take off all their clothes. They stripped down to Speedos, which is exactly the same thing and actually less revealing than what we've got Olympic athletes winning gold medals wearing. So I don't think this is going to bring down the empire. I suppose when other students started throwing money at the students, then maybe the administrator should have stepped in. But at most, then mentioning, saying, this might have been a slight moment of bad judgment, or you could have intervened at that point. But I think it's an overreaction. It's completely preposterous. Let's focus on something important like getting kids to read above the 3rd grade level.
Megan, what do you think?
16-year-old, 17-year-old kids, highly charged on testosterone. You can't really tell what they're going to do. They're having fun. I don't think that the teachers scripted this out for them on how to strip down to win the Mr. Or whatever it was, a pageant, some sort of school pageant. I don't think that they encouraged the behavior. Like I said, I don't think they scripted it out. It was an overreaction. Was it proper? Probably not. But, kids are going to be kids, and they pushed the limits, and they got suspended for it. But I do think it was an overreaction on the school to suspend the activities director and the teacher.
Okay. Well, you agree on that. Let's move on. If you're running a business and have to hire somebody, who would it be? Somebody who has no criminal record or somebody who does? Some people who have a criminal record would like it to be erased. It's called expungement. The court erases your record. Misdemeanor assault, felony burglary, get rid of it. But no one knows. Every day, people try to get their record expunged. Of course, that begs the question, why did you commit the crime in the first place? Celeste, you wrote about this today. Is it really a good idea to erase someone's criminal record?
Well, first of all, it's not any criminal record that's eligible. You have to have served no time in prison, and it's just something for which you got probation, and you fulfilled the terms of your probation. But here's an example: the woman that I was writing about is a former public defender who's now the staff attorney for Homeboy Industries, and she does a lot of these expungements. And the woman she was talking about is somebody who was working at Sears. She's a mom. In her background, there was petty theft. Basically, she walked out of a department store like Target with something that didn't belong to her. It was some years ago. She's turned her life around. She paid her debt. She just got probation for it. And now she's working at Sears selling remodeling on the phone. She was about to lose her job because the company found out about her past record. They are delighted if she'll have it expunged so they can keep her on. She can support her kids. This is exactly the sort of thing that expungement is for, and that's usually when it's used. You don't automatically get it. It's not always easy to get, but if someone has turned their life around, they have not done something big and bad, and they haven't raped anybody, they haven't shot anybody, they haven't, this is not a crime for which they've gone to prison. Then if they want another chance and they want to be productive citizens, by all means, let's give them that chance and remove that barrier to employment.
All right. Megan, we've got about 40 seconds. Go ahead.
Expungement for a misdemeanor, $125, I think, is a good idea. We are faced with 12.6% recorded unemployment, more like 17%. If these people are only being held back by a misdemeanor, something like disturbing the peace, and they're capable and able and ready to work and find work and contribute to the economy again, by all means, it's a great idea. And for $125, if these people are having trouble finding work, that's a it's a lot of money, but it's not too much money to get it off their record. And I think it's perfect, especially in this economy.